Hi, welcome to Ocean Yomi's channel. So today I'm going to talk about the light body chieftess's cousin because I've seen a change in her. There's more of a decline. Um, when I knew about light body chieftess, no, sorry, light body chieftess cousin was when I saw her in Tanzania with her husband, right, as she calls him, as she terms him, and her little girl, and they were building the place in Tanzania. Building like literally planting and doing stuff. She also came from the source body tribe, and they had a fallout, and then she stayed in Tanzania. She and I think Mashan stayed in Tanzania, but that body's cousin um was with her husband, which she terms a man, which was her husband. Hi, Brown Sugar. Hi, Salama. Hi, Mystical Islander. So recently, I've been watching her more and more. As you know, she was pregnant, and what is so strange about it is that how she seems like she's had the baby. Um, Also before that, she met her cousin, and they made their way. Seems like she's in Costa Rica, and her cousin's still in America right now. So her there's been a decline in her in her appearance, in in every way, where she's putting leaves on her head, squeezing breast milk on people's foot, saying to people, "Don't congratulate me." Fair enough, she is part of a cult, okay, which is one side of it. But it's just like it's been a whole decline. I don't know what happened to the children. Um, I know that she moves around with her daughter a lot, because she loves her daughter a lot. Her little daughter that she had, she loved her daughter a lot. So it's very concerning. Now, all the antics what she's doing now, she never was doing before. She used to come on and she just used to talk all calm and say what she has to say, or show what she has to show. She seems to know every root, every tree, every bark. So I feel she has a knowledge. But what I also understand is she was a person who used to be a businesswoman, and she got into the lifestyle for which she's following Nature Boy. Now, before, she used to post up Nature Boy stuff maybe before, but then she stopped. I think that's due to the husband, I think. But it's like it's gone so bad. Now she's posting up Nature Boy. She has Nature Boy on her avatar. She's saying pyramid, which was one of their things, what they say. Uh, they say the 333. They say certain stuff which is pertaining to the cult. Now, I think somebody asked her about the children, and she said the children was an attachment. Now, what's so concerning is the how the children can be anywhere. Now, when people's asking a certain question, she comes at them and says, "Oh, people want to know where I'm at, and this and that and that and that." But in fact, she literally puts in her description where she is. She put Costa Rica, so she's in Costa Rica at present, Central America. So that photo that you see on the community tab, where she's squeezing her breast milk on the man's foot, literally bending down, squeezing her breast milk out of her breast and putting it on his foot, is in Costa Rica. Now, like I said, it's a disturbing time, particularly because there's human trafficking, there's child trafficking, there's organ harvesting, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. So I don't know whether she's going through something because she took his child. He put juju on her, as they call it in Africa. He put juju on her, possibly because though she says, "Oh, my husband loves me," but I thought the husband was gonna come down, go to where she is. But I think the husband doesn't want to leave Africa. That's what I feel from him anyway. I think he's quite happy where he is because he's a natural Rasta man, living in natural circumstances. And there is pictures of her being happy with the guy. Even the picture on the thumbnail, you see that they are so happy together. But whatever happened, why she left, where she was influenced by her cousin, is another thing, because now her cousin's living all nice. Her cousin and her niece is living all nice, and she seems like she's destitute. Right now, she has, seems like, two pieces of cloth, one that she ties, a sarong that she puts on her, and a red, gold, and green cloth shamu, which she carries with her. And it's just like, wow. So to me, it's come from being happy to saying pyramid, to doing all that, because like I said, my understanding is that the man must have separated her from the group, from the source tribe group, for a reason. And in her face, you'll see the happiness in her. Now, I'm gonna post up some pictures of her and the husband and how they were fluctuating together. Because I did put up a picture of her and her husband, because I didn't know she was part of the cult thing. So it's a shame that how she seems to be declining at a fast pace. You can see the crazy in her eyes when she's talking. She's really, fair enough, right? She seems like a very loud, outspoken person, but it's like beyond that. Now, sometimes it is better to sit. Sometimes you can just not do nothing but watch. Sometimes, as these people decline or go into whatever state. Um, Now we know that Central America or Costa Rica is still part of America. So, oh yeah, then there was also one time when I see the lady massaging her leg, and I believe that she either had water in her leg, water retention, because she's pregnant as well, and that. But there's no sight of the baby. There's absolutely no sight, no pictures of the baby, nothing. You see pictures of the little girl, but you don't see pictures of the baby. And it's just like, wow. So me doing this live now, I'm just voicing what I'm seeing. And it's sad because she's of Guyanese descent, and she, I don't know, it just seemed very weird. But as you see on by the thumbnail, she was happy. She was happy. She was smiling. She probably was bathing herself. You can see from her skin tone that either she's not bathing herself, she's bathing in lakes and stuff, which is one thing what Nature Boy used to do, because Nature Boy used to go from country to country and bathe in waterfalls, bathe in lakes. Lakes can have anything. You don't know what is in lakes. You don't know what is in certain places. You have to have a knowledge of the place where you at. So I don't. It's just very what you call it. I don't even can't even think of the word. I wouldn't say alarming. Maybe it's alarming, but it's one of those ones where, like, that the cult's taking over her head. She said children are attachments. That's one of the things that the cult always said about children. Children are attachments. She said that in one of her lives, or piece of her life. She mentions the attachment of children. So I don't know where the children at. I know the family did reach out to her on one live, on a live underneath a comment, and said to her that she could have come to Guyana. She would have been looked after. Now they have got family that wants to help them and take care of them. They have got family that wants to do that, but they choose to beg and they choose to live how they live. And it's kind of one of those moments where you think, wow. But she always talks about people not putting money in the minister's pot or the pastor's pot, because she's talking about herself, because she wants people to cash app her. She wants people to do whatever so she can live where she is, which I said, which is a classic nature boy move. So yeah, so I just thought I'd bring this to the channel, because it's one of those ones where you think, wow, she's come from happy to pyramid all the time. It's like, wow, like where'd that come from? But I feel she was influenced by her cousin. She's influenced by her cousin, because she and her cousin did this. Now ring. Okay, hold on a minute. Can you hear me? Press 1 if you can hear me, because I can't see the bar. Hello. Right. So basically, right, I'm gonna wrap this all up basically. So the lady has relatives that really wanted her to reach out to them, and she's basically deteriorated. She's deteriorated like in less than a year, less than a year, less than a year. So when you all this wearing of the leaves on her head and all this, she never used to do that. She never used to do it. She used to dress really nice in her African clothes, African attire. She'd be gardening in Tanzania. She was trying to raise money for some children in Tanzania. So she was a business lady, a businesswoman, right? And the family confirmed it. So yeah, it's just, it's just from there to where she is now. So that video that I put up on of her doing the the preacher man thing, preacher woman thing, she wasn't doing all that before. She wasn't doing all that before. When I'm watching it myself, I'm like, wow, she has changed. So maybe the husband did have put juju on her because she left with the child, which one person suggested already, or she is basically losing it. I feel she's basically losing it. I feel she's basically losing it, because most of the people in the cult have mental health problems. The majority of them have some kind of mental health problem, body dysmorphia, something wrong with them. Something's definitely wrong with her deep down. I don't know. Is it shows more in the lives. To me, it shows more in the lives, right? Because even when I go through her account, I see the difference to where she was to where she is. And I'm just like, wow. Like even her walking, pushing the wheelchair with her niece, begging for money, showing her pregnant belly. I thought, wow, like that's never heard of. Normally, the cult normally asks for cash apps, or they do tarot reading, they do astrology, they do some kind of 5 sciences, something. She's not prepared to do that. Now, whoever she's living with, they're not saying to her, oh, whatever. They're not saying to her, calm down. They're not saying to her, um, you know, take time out, because Zoka also lost a baby in the cult, and people up to this day, nobody knows what happened to the baby. And this woman is kind of like a mystery in a kind of way, because even if you're not looking too hard, you notice certain stuff going on with her. And she has this look in her eyes. When something happens to a woman so dramatic, whatever it is, whatever happened, they have this look in their eyes. And she have I would say a crazy, mad woman look. But it's like, it's beyond that. So I don't know what to say really, because you can't give the cult money, one. So you can't even say, okay, People can't even cash app her because you know it's going to head to the cult, because she's only going to use it for the cult, because they're just going to go from pillow to post. They're not going to go from, they're not going to want to do the eco life. They want to live like Nature Boy. They literally want to live like Nature Boy, sitting near the waterfalls, sitting in the water, posing, saying that how it's knowledge of self. Yes, you can have knowledge of self, you can have knowledge of self, but you also have to do a real life as well on a daily basis. You cannot say, okay, right, I've got knowledge of self and I've got no problems and whatever. Knowledge of self is a bit bigger than that, and they take consciousness to a whole different level. So like so like so like even though they've been in Africa, well, she was in Africa for a long period of time, and now she's turned into this mad woman. I say she's turned into this mad woman. Where the children are, no, well, I don't know. So, and I'm just assuming that either she done what her cousins did and handed her child to somebody to look after, because her cousins got her youngest one. Somebody in Central America is looking after the youngest boy, and the cousins with her, I can't remember what she's the second oldest daughter. So, you know, so man, I don't know, but I will to keep an eye on what's going on and watch the developments, because I'm hoping she don't totally lose it and start doing a lot of others, because she's already doing strange stuff already. So I'm hoping it doesn't go south completely, because um like I said, she's using cult slogans, pyramid. And if you know about carbonation, you know that is one of their things where they're in agreement with something. So yeah. So with that said, I'm not even gonna stay on here long really. You know, it's 20 minutes because you know, I just thought I'd say this really because it's one of those things where like you wouldn't want your relative in that situation. And I'm sure her relatives are kind of thinking like the same how they was thinking with like body chieftess, where after a while they stopped helping her, they stopped doing certain stuff. But with this girl, this woman, it seems like it's different. It seems like they want to help her. They actually want to help her with her children and stuff. So, you know, well, anyway, I will do another live on on her not that not I'm not saying the progression of the clients, because that's what's happening right now. So I'm gonna keep an eye on her at present right now. I mean, like I said, I don't watch her regularly, but if I see something, I just like put it up on the community tab. So yeah. So with that said, thank you for coming through. Brown sugar. Salt Amma. Yeah. So I'm sorry about the sound. It's been very the where I'm sitting, the Wi-Fi plays up a lot. So with that said, I will see you guys later. Please leave a comment underneath the video and tell me if you have seen oh, it's raining. If you have seen um what's her name? Light Body's cousin, how do you feel when you see her from where she was before to where she is? Because I don't remember. I don't think I put up a video of her of when she was how she was before. But I feel like I have to put up a video of her how she was with her husband, right? A so-called husband, okay? And then you can tell me from there what the difference, because there is a difference right now. There's something really deeply going on with her. So with that said, thank you for passing through. So there's a lot of interruptions, people phoning my phone. Sorry. But with that said, I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.